Welcome to my first solo gamer live stream. This is my first experiment with this. There's probably going to be some problems, technical problems, gaming problems, but we'll see how we go. So I'm basically going to spend the next hour. My time is about 10 to 3, 14:50 Central European time. So about the next hour I'm going to play, or until the game ends, whichever comes first. My name is Christian Chiller. I hope you enjoy, and please add any comments, suggestions in the wherever you happen to be watching this, in the comments below. So, I have a bunch of things going on the screen. I have my camera here. I'm not going to be looking at it all the time. I'll be looking at various other things going on. In the bottom corner of the screen, we have the dice roller. I am using the iPad Dice app and just connecting to it. In the middle of the screen we have my character. We'll come to more of that in a minute, and in the middle I have the text. So, for this first session I'm going to play an absolute classic from what claims to be one of the first roleplay games, Tunnels and Trolls, but it also had quite a history of solo games. And this is one of the first, as you can see from the date here, 1979 by Ken and Andre, I guess. Goblin Lake from 1979 from Tunnels and Trolls. I have already created my character, as I pointed out on the screen. This is Gobbo. He's not very strong. He's quite smart, quite lucky, not very tough, quite dexterous, reasonably charismatic. He has a dagger that does 2d6 of damage. We'll come to that in a minute. And his personal adds are 5, which is a combination of his weakness at strength, but his strength at dexterity and luck. And he also has a ragged net for catching things. All right, let us begin. So, you are a goblin, and we are a goblin called Gobbo. You have pointy ears, I have pointy ears, pointy teeth, a rough, scaly green skin. My body is hairless and smaller than a man's, with arms and legs that are slightly too long, a sunken chest, and a hard little pot belly. I've created a warrior to keep it easy, so we begin, and I go to 2E. It's a bit like a choose your own adventure, as a lot of solo games are. So let's find 2E. Alright. Here is 2E. And as this is my first session, I'm just going to double check you can see the text. Yes, you can. Jolly good. For days, you have been searching through the forest where Goblin Lake is rumoured to be. Now you think you have found it. The entrance to the underground domain is through a small cleft with a stream trickling out of the scrub-covered hillside. Your sense of smell is quite keen, and you detect other goblins at a distance, so you crawl in. It's tight going at first, even for a little guy like yourself. Before long, the tunnel branches, but you stick with the stream. It gets so dark that even you can't see anything. But then the darkness begins to weaken, and a very dim light from the walls themselves enables you to make out your surroundings. Go to 6E. Okay. Just feel, resist the urge to read anything as you go through it. As you walk down the corridor, the walls disappear, and you come out into a rather large grotto. In the darkness, you can hear the quiet lapping of water against stone, and you can make out the dim form of reeds. Suddenly, a shrill voice squawks at you in the language of the goblins. If you speak Goblin, 2-2, there's a typo there, go to 12D. If not, go to 1C. This might seem a strange statement to make, but actually, in the introduction to the game, it said, if you've played this before, play it as different short races. But we are a goblin, so I guess we speak Goblin, albeit roughly. Okay, so let's go to 12D. Okay. The voice says, "Halt! Who goes there? Only us goblins are allowed at Fish Squish Lake." If you wish to turn back and retrace your steps, go to 5D. If you are a goblin and would like to join your kindred, then go to 10F. If you are not a goblin but want to try talking to them, go to 8A. If you want to take them by surprise by running forward and diving into the lake, go to 9G. If you have the ability and want to make a light, go to 4C. Okay, well, some of these options are not open. Let's think about Gobbo. Gobbo is charismatic, quite lucky, quite dexterous. So he's either going to take a risk, I think. He's not going to turn back. Can't take the option of talking to them anyway. So either dive into the lake or join them. He's charismatic. I think he's just going to go and join them. So, let's go to 10F. 10F. You quickly explain that you too are Goblin. Gobbo! By name. The voice squeaks. That's different. Come down to the lake, off to the right, get acquainted. Yes, all the goblins sound the same. I'm sorry. If you decide to do that, go to 3A. But if you decide not to bother, go to 5D. I've come this far, might as well go to 3A. Okay. Well, that's a picture. Welcome to Fish Squish Lake, says one of the goblins who is bigger and nastier looking than the others. Maybe we should change the voice. It seems important. Welcome to Fish Squish Lake, says one of the goblins who is bigger and nastier looking than the others. He has 3 distinctive fangs, as you can see in the picture. 2 come up from the bottom of his mouth at the corners, and a 3rd comes down from the top lip to the middle of his receding chin. I'm Snorkin, king of the lake goblins, he explains. We could always use a new... This is hard to do. We could always use a new recruit. You look like a stalwart fellow. Want to join my band? All the fish you can eat and a life of ease. If you accept his offer, go to 11E. If you decide to return to the rest of the dungeon, take your leave and retrace your steps to 5D. If you decide to challenge him, go to 8D. Well, I'm not very strong, and he looks quite strong. That doesn't seem like a good idea. He's got a big spear by the looks of it, or trident, sorry. So I think I'm going to accept his offer and try to work my way into his trust later. By the way, the cat is staring at me, wondering why I'm talking to myself. But that's too hard to get on camera, maybe another time. So let's go to 11E. Okay. Splits over a page, annoyingly, so let's see how we go. You are now a member of Snorkin's band. Judging from the general air of poverty and lack of clothing, it is a ragtime band. Very good. They lead you around the lake and show you a narrow path on a cliff face that leads to up we go. Up to a maze of filthy warrens where they all hang out. After a few days, you begin to hear about Snorkin's fabulous treasure. All of the other goblins are very proud of it. Go to 10A. Quite sure why I couldn't just do one after the other there, but anyway. Snorkin decides he can trust you enough to show you his treasure. He invites you into his warren and into the back beneath a pile of old fish bones. In a tortoiseshell box is the fabled hoard. 1 gold piece, half a silver piece, 9 bent copper coins with tooth marks in them, a broken mirror, an enchanged dagger, worth 1 die. I have a normal dagger that's worth 2, that glows in the dark when you say glitterglim, that could be useful. And the last 3 issues of Goblin Gazette. I heard it's a good magazine, but it used to be better. If you feel yourself fired by greed, go to 4D. Otherwise, go to 8B. I think Gobbo is a bit smarter than that, so let's go to 8B. Okay. There we go. Now begins the period of flunkyhood. Roll 1 die for the number of months you remain in Snorkin's band. Let's see. So we'll remove 1 dice here. 4 months. Multiply that number by 10 for the number of experience points you pick up for various defensive actions against delvers and other dungeon inhabitants. Nothing major. I mean, in theory, I guess I should apply these experience points somewhere, but let's just leave it for now. Make a first level saving roll on luck, 20 minus luck. If you make it, okay. Now, let's have a look at how you do this. This is one of the areas where I find the tunnels and control system slightly confusing, but let's see how we go. So I have to get a saving throw on luck, 20 minus luck. Let's scroll up to here to find out how we do that. Saving rolls. When the text of the game instructs you to make a saving roll, use 2 dice to check your abilities against the hand of fate. The text will tell you, yes, okay. You need to reach is 20 for level 1, okay. And so on. If the level number is not stated, it should be the same level as your character. If the attribute is not stated, you're making luck. Roll 2 dice and add the numbers, okay. I have a 9. Ignore the total there, that's I've pre-added the adds for combat. 2 dice and add the numbers. Did not roll doubles. Add that number and roll again until you don't roll doubles. Or if you roll doubles, this is confusing. Okay, right, roll 2 dice and add the numbers. Okay, if the number you rolled is less than 5, you missed. If you rolled 5 or more, add the numbers to the attribute. Alright? And my luck is 18. So add 9 is 27. If the grand total is equal to more than the number you were looking for, which was, let's go back to the... I feel like sometimes it's more complicated than it needs to be. But anyway. Right, 20 based on luck. We got 27, so we make it. We are very lucky, to be fair. So we go to 4E. Okay, let's see what happens. Okay, just going to have a quick drink of water. Horrible noise, sorry. I'll leave that lid off now. Okay. You go bored. Well, I am quite smart with Flunky Hood and all the fish you can eat. To liven things up, you can go diving for treasure, challenge Snork into the kingship, sneak away and leave the lake, or climb down into the garbage pit. I think Gobbo is quite dexterous and quite smart. He's more likely to go diving for treasure than challenge Snork in quite yet, or go into the garbage pit. That does not sound like a place I want to go. So let's go to 7G. Okay, 7G. It is dark and cold, but you can dimly make out that something lies on the bottom. Swimming close, you find that it is bones and old rusty armour. Damn it. You realise that there may be treasure down here, but that only great good luck would help you find it. If you wish to try a corpse at random while your air lasts, go to 4B. If you'd rather swim back, go to 3F. Now, as we've already realised, I am quite lucky. Let's go to 4B. Hopefully this scrolling doesn't do your heads in too much. Okay, make a 3rd level saving throw on luck. 30. Okay. I think we now figure out how to do this. So let's roll the dice. 7. It's more than 5. So we add 7 to 18. I think I forgot already how it works. This is why I'm not very good with game systems sometimes. I'm sure I'll get better. Where was it? Add the numbers to the attribute, yes. Okay. Where were we? 4B. So 30, I got 7 plus 18 is 25. That seems very hard. But we missed it. We got it wrong. So I have to go to 6F. Okay. Suddenly, a sense of doom fills your heart as a vast shadow detaches from the bottom and mighty tentacles reach out for you. One wraps around your legs. Go to 11F and start reading with the second sentence. Doesn't sound good for Gobbo, does it? Okay, 11F. You slip into the water and are swimming back across when suddenly a mighty tentacle wraps around your legs and drags you under. Oh, I think we're supposed to start with the second sentence, weren't we? But it doesn't matter. You turn to see what has attacked you, but all you see is a vast shadowy bulk beyond you and more tentacles coming up. It is a giant devilfish and you are on the menu. Fight. You can only use your natural weapons or a dagger if we have one, which we do. It gets 8 dice, 50 heads. I don't think we're going to win this. Okay, right. So, we have 2d6 plus 5. This is what I've factored in here. 10, so we have a total of 15. I'm just going to scroll up to look through combat, but I really don't think we're going to win. It gets, so I've got a total of 15. It gets 8 dice plus 50. Is there any point even trying here? Reroll that. So we have 33 plus 50, which is 83 versus 15. Okay, let's have a look at the combat again. So, start by rolling the dice for your weapon. We've done all that. We've added our personal adds. That's what we've done. Your opponent fights back. Okay, great. What else does get adds? After you get your hit point total and your foe's hit point total, compare the two numbers. The side that has the higher number hurts the side that has the lower number. Yeah, I don't think we did very well there, did we? Okay, where was it? 11F, I think. There we go. If you beat it on the first combat round, no. If it beats you, go to 2A. I have a bad feeling here that this may be a very short session. Let's see. More and more tentacles wrap around you. The water grows black with ink that the monster has released. If you have already been killed, go to 12E. Okay, I guess we have. I'm not sure. If you still live despite the hits taken on the first combat round, I don't think so. You will go berserk and continue fighting berserkly turn after turn until you either die from hits taken or 5 combat rounds go by and you have drowned, or you manage to inflict some hits and break free. Remember, the giant octopus gets 8 dice and 50 adds to start with it. I think we're probably dead. Not actually sure what hit points are. Let's check. This is certainly a lesson for the next session, is to have prepared all the rules beforehand. But I'm teaching you the game as well, I suppose. Maybe that was my plan all along. Okay. Let's see. I think I remember this when I did this as a normal game. It's like, where did hit points come off of? Constitution. Okay, let's see. My constitution is 5. I think I'm dead. Okay, let's see what happens then. I guess we're going to do this for a second round. So 12E. And here somewhere. Oops. Hello. I thought I'd take this opportunity to speak to you personally. You are likely to read this paragraph a lot, as I believe in dangerous dungeons, and that's going to kill a lot of characters. I want you to ask to help me in a little experiment. Please drop me a postcard. This is, you can see how old this is. Telling me what kind of character you were playing, which paragraph killed it, the character name, and how you like this dungeon on the whole. All right. Anyway. So I guess we're going to start again. It was rather short, wasn't it? Let's just keep Gobbo for now. I think it's probably easier. Okay. Let's jump forward a bit. So we started with 2E. We'll go straight to 6E again. I didn't necessarily anticipate it being this short. So we got to here as you walk down the corridor. We do speak Goblin. Let's go to 12D. Okay. Maybe we'll start to do something different from here. Let's see. Do we leave the dungeon? I don't think yet. Do we want to join our kindred? Do we want to go and dive into the lake? That didn't go so well last time, did it? So maybe let's not do that. We'll stick to 10F for now. Okay. Okay, we explain that we're Gobbo. I should actually clear these dice over here whilst I'm at it. Let's just do that. Okay. And we will continue. We'll go to 3A, and here is maybe where we'll change what we do. Okay. So here's good old Snorkin again. Keeps making me think of Alan Scorkin, whatever his name is, I've forgotten already. Okay. Shall we accept his offer? Shall we leave? Or shall we challenge him? Still don't feel like I'm a very good fighter, but maybe we can outwit him? Let's see what happens. Let's try and hope we can outwit him. 8D. Okay, this is where things are a little different this time. Okay, there's quite a lot going here. Let's maybe just do this one bit at a time. All the goblins are very excited. Snorkin sneers confidently as they lead you to the sacred dueling ground, which is beyond but near a shaft leading sharply down out of the grotto. They explain the rules. You are both to be armed with tridents, 2 dice. So it's the same as the dagger. I'll add those in with a +5. Okay. And the winner shall be the new king, but the loser will be exiled. Fight the fight. Snorkin gets 2 dice +15. I get 2 dice plus my adds. It's a little fairer, not great. Stop at the end of the first combat round. It's a constitution of 12. Ooh, okay, let's see what happens. Alright. So, I'll go first. Roll. Not a good start. Got a total of 8. Let's add for Snorkin. You got a total of 21. I think I'm dead again. Ah dear. If you've been slain, go to 12E. Well, we know what happens at 12E. That was a very quick round. Okay. Oh dear, right, this is definitely a good start. Okay, let's go back to that point again. I won't bore you with reading the whole bit over and over again. Okay, let's see. There we go. So we're here. Back to 3A. Third time lucky, maybe. Let's try not to fight anything this time, I think. Okay, so we have to accept Flunkyhood again. Go to 11E first, I guess. Okay. This is the one that splits, isn't it? Okay. Oh, I know I've already read this before, but I'll read it again. You are now a member of Snorkin's band. Judging from the general air of poverty and lack of clothing, it is a ragtime band. They lead you around the lake and show you a narrow path hewn on a cliff face that leads to the suspense, maze of filthy warrens where they all hang out. After a few days, you begin to hear about Snorkin's fabulous treasure. All the other goblins are very, very proud of it. Okay. Just checking that you can all see this still. Yeah. Snorkin decides that he can trust you enough to show you his treasure. He invites you into his warren and into the back. Beneath a pile of old fish bones in a tortoiseshell box is the fabled hoard. 1 gold piece, it hasn't got any better the second time around. Half of a silver piece. 9 bent copper coins with tooth marks in them. A broken mirror. An enchanged dagger that glows in the dark when you say Glitterglim. And the last 3 issues of Goblin Gazette. Are they the same 3 issues as the first time round? I'll leave that up to your imagination. If you feel yourself fired by greed, go to 4D. Otherwise, go to 8B. Let's try 4D this time. Okay. Where are we? 4D. There are 2 ways to get Snorkin's treasure away from him. Either defeat him in combat and become king. That doesn't sound like a good idea. Or swipe it when he isn't looking. If you wish to challenge him to a duel, go to 8D. If you want to try and swipe it, yes, go to 5F. Alright, let's see if that's any better. You pick a time when Snorkin is out fishing on the raft and sneak into his cave. Throwing aside the fish bones, you grab the tortoiseshell box and race out along the path for the shore. The treasure box is too large to hide about your person, so you will have to dash past the guard post at a run. Make a 2nd level saving roll on dexterity, 25. So dexterity isn't too bad. Dexterity is 18. Okay. I'll remove these ads here. So we've got a 5 plus... Oh, hang on a minute now. Is it 5 or more or 5 or less? Let's check that. It could be important. Be very important. If you rolled a 5 or more. Okay. Good. That's good. That is good. Okay, so we've got a 5. We add our dexterity, which is 18. That is 23. Shit. That's really annoying. Are we going to have to do this again? Let's see what happens. Go to 10D. A flying tackle from behind brings you down as you dash for the exit. It is Snorkin, and he's very mad. Several other goblins come up and pummel you unmercifully. Reduce your constitution by half. Joy. I think previously it was rounded up, so currently on 3. Then take your semi-conscious form and throw it down the garbage pit. Go to 7D and skip the first 2 sentences. Well, at least it's different. Your feet slipped out from under you. First, that's it. There is nothing but dark, empty space around you. Although now and then you carom off a rocky wall. On one of these ricochets, you bang your head and the stars come out. Finally hit the bottom with a mighty crash. Roll 10 dice and take that many hits directly off Constitution. I'm not going to make that. It's certainly very, very true about dying a lot. I say, let's go back to the dexterity check and see if we make it a 2nd time. I can't honestly remember what it was. Who was it? Here we go. All right. Hopefully we're more lucky this time. Okay, let's try again. That is better. 28. We make it this time. Let's see what happens. So we've died 3 times so far. Actually, I should make a note of this. Indeed. So I just noticed that Gobbo window is covering some of the text here. Actually, no, I realise what the problem is. You just scroll it over. Human error. Okay, we've Gobbo back. There's Gobbo. Give yourself 100 experience points for the theft. You have slipped past the guard and are now back in the tunnel that first led you here. Go to 5D. I get the feeling this is going to be an unsatisfactory end here. Not a very interesting end. You have to be strong to survive this. On your way out, you follow the stream that guided you in. Before long, you squeeze back out through the cleft and are in the outside world once more. Congratulations, and good luck on your further adventures wherever you go. The end. Well, I did say either an hour or until the end. We've died 3 times. We didn't die 1 time. I guess that is an end. It's not necessarily the most exciting end, but this is roleplay games for you sometimes. They're not always exciting ends, I suppose. Well, we died 3 times. We died by a giant tentacle monster. We died by being defeated by the king of the goblins. We died by falling in a rubbish pit. And then we stole some treasure. Not very much. I mean, I think I can read Goblin, so those issues of the Goblin Gazette at least will be interesting. And we have a little bit of money maybe to buy a meal for a couple of days. And we're out, but we're not really part of the Goblin clan anymore. Still a loner. So that was Goblin Lake. If you feel like trying it yourself, then this, as you can possibly, no, you probably can't see from the window, this edition from 2007, this reprint of Tunnels and Trolls, was actually part of RPG Free Day, so you can actually find it yourself. I should have had this on my desk. Stare at the blank screen for a minute. It isn't actually the latest version. There is this version, Tunnels and Trolls Deluxe, which I picked up at Essen in 2019, so last year. This is from 2015. And I do believe there is, or there was, I mean I can check whilst we're here. Let's see. There was, or is a Kickstarter, I think, for another edition. Let's see. There was? When was it? Oh no. I think that was for this. Delivered in 2013. Yes, okay. They do also have, so this is the latest one then, I guess. They do have a website that you can have a look at. It is deluxetunnelsandtrolls.com. They have a Kickstarter for an expansion, I think. That's it. It's a version of it based on Alice's Adventures in Wonderland. Yeah. And there's plenty more resources on that website, actually, on deluxetunnelsandtrolls.com for scenarios and adventures you can run. Strangely, this reprint did not have the solo game in it. It actually has a different one, Abyss Solitaire, which maybe I'll try in the future. I need to figure out how to do solo games from paper, and I have a couple I would like to run. I have to set up a slightly different camera, so I will try that one in the future. Tunnels and Trolls itself is a strange game. Very old-fashioned. Even in this edition, I found the writing to sometimes be a little old-fashioned, a little patronizing at times. Anyway, that's my opinion. You may enjoy it. It's very old school. As you can see, it's quite easy to die a lot. The system is sometimes confusing, but it's sort of okay. But it's very old-fashioned, good kind of hack and slash tunnels and trolls instead of tunnels and roads. Anyway, so that was the first Solo Gamer livestream. I hope you enjoyed it. Keep an eye on Twitch, YouTube, or Facebook Live, wherever you saw this. Please share, please follow, however you do that on your platform of choice. Please add a comment. If you want to find out more about me, you can look on christianchiller.com, and I'll be posting. I actually need to add a new page, which maybe I'll do now, as I have half an hour back of my life of this this session. And yeah, look at christianchiller.com for more details. You can also find where to get in touch with me on other social media. I think for the next session, I am either going to try a card game, Expedition, or I am going to try the first, probably of several sessions, of a Call of Cthulhu solo adventure called Alone in the Dark. I'm just going to double check that, but I'm pretty sure, I'm 95% sure that's what the name is. Let's see. Alone Against the Dark. Pretty close. Alone in the Dark was a computer game, wasn't it? And I'll also try some interactive fiction at some point. I need to go through them. So I've got plenty to get through. If for some reason, in the intervening period, then this picks up traction, then you can also, I'll let you vote for which one of those you would like to see first, Alone Against the Dark or Expedition. Yeah, so watch out probably for in the next week or so for the next live stream. And until then, thank you very much for watching. Keep gaming, no matter how many people you can game with.